Sadly, key footage of tonight's episode of Spies was lost in a tragic photolab accident. As a result, we've used a number of seamlessly woven-in recreations barely noticeable to the naked eye. See if you can pick them out.
All right, tell me again why we have to do this.
James Green, the leader of the Animal Liberation Faction, otherwise known as ALF, has finally been captured by the feds and is being taken to trial. He has a number of enemies, including the companies he vandalized in order to document animal abuses. And we think somebody wants to kill him before he gets to trial. This flight affords whoever that killer is the best opportunity, because previous to this, he was in deep cover underground. After this, he's going to be in extreme protective custody. It's our job to back up the FBI agents escorting him to trial and make sure he gets there. Okay?
I was just asking why we have to fly coach.
You could have stopped me.
It had to be said anyway.
Next in line.
Oh, no, you're kidding. We're flying Stratus Airlines?
It's a perfectly fine airline.
If you have a death wish, these guys have a frequent near-miss program. They offer complimentary champagne during free falls. Talk about a hard landing. Last one off the plane has to clean up the debris. You know that motto, we love to fly and it shows? Well, their motto is we're learning to fly and it shows. These guys hand out last will declarations with a pre-flight snack.
You're either developing a stand-up act or you're afraid to fly.
I am not afraid to fly.
You've been complaining about this assignment the whole way here. What exactly is wrong? Is it sitting so long in a plane that you develop a blood clot in your legs that can travel to your lungs and suffocate you? Is it being in a complicated piece of machinery that was largely constructed by dozens of contractors who are the lowest bidders? Is it a window breaking in the pressurized cabin causing you to get sucked out and fall 5 miles to Earth?
It wasn't.
Where are Cassie and Dee Dee?
TikTok people in the airline industry being late is about as fashionable as those shoes.
This James Green must be major trouble to someone. We've been working on our close quarters defensive drills around the clock.
I know, we better see some action. I mean, I feel ready enough to take on 6 ninjas, the Rock, and a platoon of Navy SEALs. Can I help you with that, ma'am?
Back off, Blondie. The one thing we didn't train for.
There are 3 career criminals with 1 shot at freedom. Now they're working for the feds who put them away. These are the women of Spies. Bad girls gone good.
Are you sure all these bandages are necessary?
Technically, it's only 1 bandage. It's just really, really long. I understand my sense of humor is a tad esoteric for you non-medical personnel.
I can't see anything.
Good. You won't know who to sue. There I go again. I'm sorry. The fact is, an interorbital pressure is causing multiple fractures in your nose, cheek, and eye socket. The entire area needs to be protected in exactly this way.
I'm sure once the bandages come off, you will look absolutely perfect again.
Yes, well, nothing quite as valuable as the medical opinion of a flight attendant. Here, take 1. No, take 4. Every couple of hours, huh?
We're so lucky you just happened to be standing by when this happened. What kind of doctor did you say you were again?
The kind that doesn't need a lousy piece of paper from a so-called institution of higher learning to prove that he's a doctor. People are always going on about doing things the right way. Well, let me tell you something. College degrees, medical associations, actual doctoring experience are all highly overrated notions.
What exactly did I just swallow?
Horse tranquilizers. People tend to need them when they find out I'm not legal. Well, I got to go now. The pill works fast, so that anger will be gone in a flash. Now, don't remove those bandages for 24 hours. You risk the damage to the bones that would make facial reconstruction surgery a virtual impossibility. Tally-o.
We heard what happened. Are you okay?
If by okay, you mean able to breathe through my nose hole? Okay, guess Cassie's out of commission and we can't go now. I'll just go grab a cab and meet you back at the house. Bye.
No. We have to get on the plane, Shane.
Not on the bus, Russ.
You're not going in a cab, not on a bus, not on a bike.
Look, whoever's trying to kill this guy has to do it on this flight. We have no choice. We have to get on a plane and we have to figure out who's trying to murder him.
It was Colonel Mustard in the dining room with a wrench. Ooh, I think those pills are kicking the start in.
What's happening? What's wrong with her?
Fake doctor, horse tranquilizers. You kind of had to be there.
Do you know Bill Gates has more money than Ecuador? But Ecuador has more Ecuadorians in it, so then there's that. Cassie,
Sit down.
This can't be happening. The plane is about to board.
You're Jack, right? It's true. When you're blind, all your other senses become heightened. You know, I could drive this thing right now perfectly just by listening. Ow! Jack, clearly she is in no condition to do this.
Fine, then she'll be the passenger and you'll take her place.
No, you cannot be serious.
Clearly, I'm serious. As of this moment, you are officially a flight attendant.
I break out in hives when I see pictures of airplanes. How am I supposed to be a flight attendant?
Just keep thinking about why we're here. We are trying to save a man who spent his whole life rescuing poor little defenseless animals. That should be enough to set aside your fears.
Ah! Is that the door? Okay, fine, look. Here's a list of all the suspects I came up with.
Already? Good for you. Okay. Chubby guy with cigarette.
Midway through the flight, gets a Jones for a smoke. Goes into the bathroom, disables the smoke detector, puts out the cigarette into the trash can filled with paper towels. Fire on board, flaming death.
Chatty Jennifer Garner wannabe with fake nails and a bad dye job.
Can't stand the thought of being apart from her boyfriend. Has to make an in-flight phone call on her cell phone. Interferes with the plane's avionics. They short circuit. Sparks everywhere. Flaming death.
English butler.
Unnatural attachment to the mother country compels him to order the plane back to England, throws us off course to the north. A flock of Canadian geese gets sucked into the engines.
Let me guess. Flaming death?
Oh, no. The engines give out. We plummet 30,000 feet to the ground. Then, flaming death.
Okay. Now, any thoughts on the suspects we're actually here to stop?
Dee, please. One crisis at a time.
Question is, given today's security restraints, how do you kill someone on a plane?
You're gonna kill someone on a plane?
No, that's not what I know. This isn't necessary. I was just a little... It's the pill for the horse.
Quiet! He's got nail clippers!
I have a cuticle condition.
See? He's hiding something!
No.
You two behave now.
Flight 221, nonstop service to Minneapolis, is now ready for boarding. Flight 221, nonstop service to Minneapolis, is now ready for
They're ready to board. Are you okay?
I'm just the tiniest bit afraid.
Not really. My Uncle Earl always used to say, when your time is up, your time is up.
Is he still alive?
No. He got hit by a piece of Skylab. It was a 1 in a billion shot. Well, the point being, it can happen anytime and any place. You could be playing golf and be eaten by a stray alligator. You could get your head cut off in a collision with a glass and mirror truck. You could pass out in a field and be chewed up by a wheat thrashing machine. Death isn't on this airplane any more than it's in every corner of your life. So cheer up, okay?
Here they come. The rude, the loud, the moronic masses. Unclean, uncouth, and completely unable to handle 4 perfectly simple hours in the air without drowning themselves in little bottles of "this makes me the boss of everyone."
That's Todd.
It's a nice leather belt. I'm sure the unbearable torture and pain the cow went through was worth it. Your hair looks very clean. Do you use shampoo?
Yes, I do.
You must be very proud, using a product that's inhumanely tested on furry little kittens. May I compliment you on the natural fibers in your shoes and your complete lack of any animal-tested makeup?
Sure. Go ahead. Oh, right. That was it. Thank you. I'm very careful about the kinds of things I let touch my skin.
Would my lips pass your test?
Only if there were no animals harmed in their development.
Well, if you don't count Valerie Dearborn in 9th grade homeroom.
Now you know the real reason we have air sickness bags.
Come aboard. All right. Watch yourself, children. Go on.
It's getting full, Dee Dee. The plane's getting heavier. 600 tons into the sky, just magically floating on air.
Everything's gonna be fine, I promise. There's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Excuse me, miss. I ordered the low sodium meal. Could you make sure that I get it? I'm in 13H. The thing is, I always order it, but I never get it. And I don't like to complain.
Are you okay, sir?
Let's put it this way. Some nice men in airport security found the class ring I'd lost.
If it wasn't doesn't fit, why take it? Is it on the...
Excuse me. I believe you're in my seat.
Oh, well then, aren't you the one with all the answers?
I'm glad you're there.
Wait, don't close the door! I'm starting school in Minnesota. Can't miss my first day.
Go ahead.
Full flight. The killer could be any one of a number of people, though a small amount of preliminary surveillance has begun to narrow the field. Our most likely candidates: the huffy Englishwoman, the bearded man who's watching everything just a bit too closely, the college student who almost missed the flight, Todd, who's just a little too cliche to be trusted, and whoever belongs to the hand that seems to be hiding a syringe in his overnight bag.
Hey, turn on the lights. I'm reading here.
So, the journey begins, and the question needs to be answered before any damage is done. On a plane filled with potential murderers, who poses the greatest threat to James Green?
What's right of the peanuts? Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, our passenger isn't herself today. She's on medication. But I promise you, we'll be careful to keep an eye on her for the rest of the flight.
Oh my God.
Mommy, I told you people don't stay buried.
She's probably horribly disfigured under those bandages.
You will never believe who's sitting in 48E. The actor from Chips.
Eric Estrada.
No.
Larry Wilcox.
No.
Robert Pine.
No.
Lou Saunders.
No.
Lou Wagner.
No.
Michael Dorn.
No. Man in checkered shirt. From the 3rd season? Oh, the guy Punch talks off the ledge. He was having marital problems.
Honey, it's hard to be impressed after a 14-hour flight from Sydney with 3 of the Backstreet Boys. The 4 of us spending the entire time eating and heaving and eating.
Motion sickness.
Nah, just passing time.
How are you feeling?
Better now.
I'm Dee Dee.
James Green.
What What can I get you, James?
Your phone number?
First things first. How about a soda and some goldfish? Crackers. Goldfish crackers.
Water, please, but no crackers. Stratus Airlines uses K-Lo brand, which contains traces of omega-3 fats that come from brutally harvested salmon.
I see. One salmon-free water coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Stratus Air, I'd like to welcome you aboard Flight 221, nonstop service to Istanbul. Kidding! To Minneapolis. I love when flight attendants make jokes with the passengers. At this moment, please have your seats in the full upright positions, your trays stowed, and your seatbelts fastened. If you have any questions about how to fasten your seatbelts, you really should get out more. In the unlikely event the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the overhead area. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. I've always wondered how you breathe normally when your cabin's just lost all its air pressure. So you have my permission to breathe in a rapid and concerned manner if you want to. And finally, no smoking, no tampering with the smoke alarms in the restrooms, and anyone who breaks the rules will be asked to leave the plane immediately. Enjoy your flight.
Excuse me. Hi, there's a whole empty row back there. I was wondering if I could move to get away from this.
I'm sorry. That's against FAA regulations.
What regulation? Come on, I do it all the time.
Regulation 657284, the unauthorized changing of seats on an LA to Minneapolis-based flight flying eastbound on a Thursday. Thank you for understanding. Shane, you can let go now. Shane, I can't feel my arm. Shane, if you let me get to a knife, you can have my arm.
I'm so sorry, Dee Dee. My brain is giving the signal to my hand, but my hand is giving the bird to my brain.
Look, Shane, maybe if we understood exactly what you were afraid of, we'd be able to deal with it better, okay? The recently reported use of non-regulation replacement parts in engine maintenance, the high turnover and medical problems in the overstressed world of air traffic controllers, the dangerous wake turbulence from another aircraft and its ability to send us into an irreversible tailspin. Just add those to the list.
Excuse me, Stu? Seems there's a breakdown in customer relations. When the Jeff booked this flight, he was told first class was full. Right before takeoff, the Jeff did a quick recon past the curtain. There's an open seat. The Jeff now demands an upgrade.
Well, the Shane cannot authorize that, sir. But between you and me, first class isn't really what it's cracked up to be. It's actually quite stuffy in there.
The Jeff sees your point.
Now if you would just take your seat, sir.
Perhaps you don't know who the Jeff is. All those t-shirts that say stupid and I'm with stupid? The Jeff's company prints every last one of those in 16 different languages.
Oh.
Huh? Enough said?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're cruising at an altitude of 32,000 feet and oh my God! Sorry, spilled my coffee.
Well, the Jeff now likes it in coach.
Oh, careful, sir. Articles in the overhead compartment can shift during the flight.
Oh.
Jack, Are you all right? Jack!
It's the crackers. I'm allergic. There must be trace amounts of omega-3 fats in them.
Does everyone know about that?
Don't worry about me. You focus on Green. Oh, if anything does happen to me, promise to delete a file on my computer. Alyssa Milano's complete schedule and whereabouts. It's a joke title. I keep my tax records there, and it has absolutely nothing to do with that whole restraining order thing.
Good news. There's a psychic on board this plane.
And?
Duh, you think a psychic would get on board the plane if she knew there was going to be an accident?
No. Very good point.
Wait a minute, why is she flying coach?
Because it's cheaper?
Exactly. She can't afford to fly first class.
Meaning?
Meaning she's not a very good psychic.
Because?
If she was a good psychic, she would have won the lotto. Oh, God, we're doomed to flaming death.
Shane, listen to me. There isn't going to be any flaming death. We're going to have a smooth, safe flight.
Fasten your seatbelts, people. We're headed into the mother of all storms.
I'm just going to go check on the coffee.
My. Little Miss Flight Attendant have something more sinister on her mind than serving lousy coffee and meeting a rich husband?
You're the one with the gun on a plane.
I'm a federal sky marshal. I'm working this flight. Who are you and what's your interest in the passenger in 14B? You're Raoul Greenberg and you're a CPA?
No, that's my other assignment.
You're an ex-con who works for a clandestine government organization that's trying to rid the world of evildoers?
I'm an ex-con who works for a clandestine government organization trying to rid the world of evildoers. I wonder if there's anyone in the head.
I am having enough trouble without getting a gun stuck in my back.
Don't kill me, please. My name's Bob. Like in for apples? I usually sell patio furniture, but it's a slow time of year. They were looking for sky marshals, and I answered an ad. I've never arrested anyone. I've never even fired a gun. Just between you and me, I don't think I'd know what to do if a real criminal came along.
Your tax dollars at work.
Is there something I can get you?
Well, I hope so, dear. I'm concerned I won't be able to finish knitting my blanket before I freeze to death on this flying icebox.
Let me see if I can find you something in the overhead compartment.
Here's your drink, sir.
Be back, gotta go. Don't drink that.
Why not?
Why not?
Yes, why not?
Why not what?
Why not drink that?
Why not drink what?
Why not drink that?
Why not drink that?
Yes, why not drink that?
Why not drink what?
Why not drink that?
This isn't very good banter, is it?
Not really. Maybe we should move on.
Why don't you ask me your question again?
Sure. Why shouldn't I drink that?
Drink what? I'm kidding. The truth is, I'm just stalling until I can think of an answer.
Excuse me? I'm a school teacher, and these are your possible answers. A, I'm working undercover and someone may be trying to kill you. B, I think you're cute and want to hold something you've touched. C, your glass doesn't look clean.
Your glass doesn't look clean.
Helping a government agent maintain her cover is one of the unsung joys of teaching.
I'm sorry I suspected you, but you have been acting a little strangely. Afraid to fly, huh? Well, what is it? Is it the proximity of all those mountaintops as we fly low to avoid cloud cover? The idea that when we fly over cities, we're sharing our airspace with dozens of other incredibly fast-moving, huge hunks of steel with no better brakes than us? Or knowing that we're like a gigantic lightning rod for every electrical storm within 100 miles?
Hey, all, just stop trying to guess now.
Jack,
are you okay? Jack, this is Bob, the Sky Marshal. Bob, this is Jack, my boss.
Seems like a nice man. Well, now that I know we're on the same team, I can tell you what it is I've been on the lookout for. But this is just between me and you. Strictly confidential. It's on a need-to-know basis. Don't write it down. Don't email it. If you have to talk about it on the phone, for God's sakes, use a secured line. Best case scenario, use an encrypted algorithm code for any communications. There's gonna be a...
You might want to wait until these 7 people here waiting for the bathroom aren't listening.
We were tipped off that there's gonna be an attempt to free the animal rights guy.
Oh, great. Somebody's trying to kill him and somebody's trying to free him. Why can't the two of them just go at it with each other and leave us out of it?
That might not be best for everyone involved.
That was a rhetorical question.
Oh.
Everything okay up here? There's another plot brewing for James Green. Don't worry, she's with me.
Is anyone here a flight attendant? Because I didn't get my nuts.
Who's he? Sky Marshal. Sort of. He just told me that there's someone on board this plane planning to free Green.
Oh, kill him. Free him. Why can't they just go out with each other and leave us out of it?
That might not be best for everyone involved. Rhetorical too, right?
Listen, let's just get a list of all the passengers who ordered vegan meals. Whoever's trying to free him must be a member of ALF, and they would never eat another living thing.
Unless, for the good of the cause, he or she actually ordered a meat, fish, or chicken meal to throw suspicion off of them, in which case we should get a list of those passengers as well.
Wouldn't that be everyone?
Unless, for the good of the cause, he or she actually skipped the meal entirely.
Let's just start with my plan first.
Oh, pardon me, Miss Cleaner-than-thou drinking glass monitor.
What's that all about?
Another group to consider. In-flight employees. I saw him trying to give Green a drink when it wasn't even his area. I intercepted it just in time.
Don't stare at the bad man, Robbie.
Ever hear the Dre's eye irritation test, Robbie? Scientists purposely irritate the eyes of rabbits, then record the damage over 7 to 18 days. So every time your mommy puts on eyeliner, which she apparently does by the truckload, she's responsible for the torture of thousands of cute little bunnies.
Bunny killer! Bunny killer!
Listen here, Trotsky. Keep your furry love opinion to yourself. Recent stem cell research on mice show promising results in muscular dystrophy.
While both sides have valid points of view, the producers of She Spies wish to state that we take no stand whatsoever on the issue of animal testing, as we lack the moral fiber to take a strong position on anything at all.
Ma'am, you're blocking the aisle.
Guess all's forgiven, huh? It's crazy weather. Reminds the Jeff of that classic Twilight Zone where our greatest American actor, William Shatner, looked out the window and saw the monster on the wing trying to crash the plane. Oh.
Tonight's movie is Passenger 57, the non-stop and oh so exciting story of a federal prisoner being escorted to trial on a commercial flight. But others on board have no intention of said prisoner ever reaching his destination. Right, like that could ever happen.
I'm feeling a little better. I think the worst is over.
Whoa! Weird. This looks just like the airplane I was on before.
All right. Here's a list of all the passengers who had vegan meals and their seat assignments.
4 meals. Green had 1. The college student Jessica and the Jeff. Everyone back to their seats, please. Thank you. Thank you. Who's ever in there? Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Mr. Green? What happened?
Well, about an hour ago, I had the curry and beans. As I understand, the digestive system, once in the stomach, enzymes begin to break
Can you
down.
just skip ahead to the part about how the syringe got stuck in the bathroom door?
There's a syringe stuck in the bathroom door? Someone on this plane is trying to kill me.
Not me, a moron.
Where were you? I was having a snack. You know, as a Sky Marshal, I get first crack at the Sunday card.
The killer must have lunged at Green with the syringe, but he shut the door just before it hit.
All right. Well, we'll take the prints off of this with our mobile infrared scanner, hotwire an in-flight phone to rig a modem, then we'll fax the prints to the agency. They'll cross-check them with 6 national databanks and Interpol. And with any luck, we just might find out who this belongs to.
Hey, that's mine.
What are you doing with the syringe on the plane?
Well, the Jeff's at risk for chronic fatigue syndrome. That's why he takes shots of vitamin B12. He also works out on a regular basis.
Where did the Jeff keep the needle?
In his bag, stowed safely in the overhead compartment.
Your captain here, that mother of all storms turned out to be mustard on my radar. However, because of an incident in the cabin, new FAA regulations require us to return to Los Angeles.
Oh, no way.
We have to figure out who did this before we land.
All right, well, we'll just ask the passengers. 50 people must have seen what happened.
I think it was a man.
I think it was a woman.
I think it was a child.
I think it was a dog.
It was a Sergeant Pepper mod in a multicolored waistcoat.
He had a big nose.
A fat butt.
Pecs to die for.
He was tall and thin. He was kind of a wiener.
She was short and squat and doesn't wax.
She was a hermaphrodite and had a tattoo on her right arm that misspelled superfluous.
I'd like to use one of my lifelines and call First Lady Rosalind Carter.
So, basically, we're back to the same 4 suspects. Where's a college student? I thought I told you you couldn't sit there.
Can't you find a place in your heart for a poor college student?
What school do you go to?
University of Minnesota.
The Beavers?
Mm-hmm. I'm a pre-law major.
Really?
I know, just what we need, more lawyers. I was being sarcastic.
Are you sure you weren't being ironic?
You know, I always get those two confused.
Actually, you're both right. Ironic is an acceptable synonym for sarcastic. Also acceptable are facetious, sardonic, and mocking. I know. I'm a giver.
Okay, you can stay here, but if you get caught, we never had this conversation.
What conversation?
Oh, Jack, you've been in there forever. How are you feeling?
Tip top.
I think I might know who our killer is. Remember the guy in 11D? He snuck up to the seat near Mr. Green even after I told him not to. And then he told me he went to the University of Minnesota, and I said the Beavers, and he said yeah.
And they let him wander the streets where our children play.
No, you don't understand. The University of Minnesota calls their team the Gophers.
I never used to play the violin.
Also, the Jeff syringe was stowed in the overhead compartment right above the college student's seat.
Let's keep an eye on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're beginning our descent into Los Angeles. Hey! You can't be in here! You're violating FAA regulations!
Sorry, everything's fine, except just one little bitty detail, barely worth mentioning. Pilot and co-pilot are out cold.
What do you think, Jeff? Did I call it or what?
Not to worry, I'm going to save us. It's true, I've never flown a plane before, and I'm hopped up on illegal medication prescribed by a fake doctor. My eyes are completely covered in bandages, but I do own Airport 75 and 77 on DVD. Hi, Jack.
That's the airport in front of us.
Isn't that the point?
The runway's over there.
Oh, is that the ocean right there? Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're making our final approach into the Los Angeles area.
Wow, these pills give you quite the imagination.
I have your drinks.
You all right? Doesn't matter, because my jurisdiction ends right here. Not over there or over there, but right here. Bye-bye.
Thank you for flying Stratus Airlines. Other than ending up in the same place you started, we hope you enjoyed the flight. Have a pleasant evening and please depart in a safe and orderly fashion.
Oh my God. Mr. Green? Mr. Green? Wake up! Oh, he's alive. All three are passed out cold.
That's my fault. I was trying to help. I'm a great admirer of Mr. Green's work. I myself just recently freed 4 ground squirrels from a lab in Arizona. I knew someone was trying to kill him, so I drugged the agent's drinks so then I could sneak him out the back of the airplane. He must have had a sip of one of theirs. I don't know what to do now.
You could crumple to the floor in a heap. Back here, behind the Jeff. Come on.
Who are you and what do you want?
James Green has become a major obstacle to the advancement of science. It's time we put him to sleep.
We? Hello. We are from POTA, dear.
POTA?
P-U-T-A. People for the Useful Testing of Animals. Green is ruining years of important work, so we came here in disguise to kill him.
Mine's stuck. But you get the point.
God, I hate to fly.
I'm nothing without my gun. We should run!
I love it when the pills wear off just in time for the fight.
Jack, stay with Mr. Green.
And they're off.
Leather Jacket breaks out to an early lead, followed on the outside by Blue Shirt. And Navy Sports Coat stumbles out of the gate, but recovers nicely to move into second, followed now by Blue Shirt. Leather Jacket extending his lead around the first turn. And here comes Navy Sports Coat. Blue Shirt falling off the pace.
Going down for conspiracy to commit murder. And for stealing 2 bags of unauthorized airline peanuts.
I just caned a citizen. I love action quips. Don't even rate a final joke.
I heard the sound of scuffles. Does anybody here need a doctor?
crashed a funeral before. Good thing we wore black. They did an excellent job.
He looks so natural.
Pale always was his color. Try to say something nice about someone. What a day, huh? Parachuting into a cemetery because the perimeter was being guarded and it was the only way in? And exposing a deadly double agent who was trying to elude capture by faking his own death and being buried with an oxygen tank only to be dug up later?
We knew all that, you know.
I know. I was just saying it for anyone who might have been wondering why we're going through all the trouble. Who'd be wondering? I don't know. Anyone. Look, I've never told you guys this. It's kind of embarrassing. But sometimes I get the weirdest feeling like people are watching us. Like they're listening in on every single thing we do or say. You know, I get that feeling too.
So do I.
Creepy, huh?
Yeah, very.
My hair's a mess. Kelly! Kelly!
Hey?
Kelly!
Shay! Hey, girl, get on over here! Come here!
Oh, my God! How are you doing? What? I thought I'd never see you again.
Well, me neither. What are you doing here?
It's a long story. What are you doing here?
I'm making some arrangements. A few last-minute details, for a funeral.
Oh. I'm sorry. Well, was it somebody close?
I guess you might say that. The funeral is my own.
They're three career criminals with one shot at freedom. Now they're working for the feds who put them away. These are the women of She Spies. Bad girls gone good.
Sorry, Cassie, Dee Dee, my present roommates and best friends. This is Kelly, my former roommate and best friend. Kelly, I know that name. We've heard all about you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't worry. She stopped at the part about how you wanted to be more than just roommates, but had to move away because the sleeping together didn't work out. And when I say stopped, I mean, well, kept going.
Dee Dee's got a cold.
Yeah, I know how it is. Stuffed up, runny mouth.
You mean nose?
Uh-huh. So, you guys call each other and say, are you wearing your skin-tight black leotard today?
We sort of work together.
Oh, where'd you guys meet?
In jail. When we were, you know, visiting with our church groups, so we could see how really bad all those criminals were. In case any of us, you know, ever decided to drift away from our church group and, you know, commit a crime. Nice save. Thank you.
Kelly, you gotta tell me what's going on.
Okay. I guess you've probably heard of cryogenics.
Sure we have. The human snow cone, the freeze-dried nuts, the people who get frostbite after they die.
Walt Disney did it. Who's next? Michael Eisner?
The only people who have done that are absolute zeros.
Or people with bipolar personalities.
What were they in jail for? Was it beating a joke to death? I met somebody, Julie, a year ago. We fell in love. But she got sick. They couldn't do anything for her, and she died a couple of days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, because she's not gone. Not forever. She's been frozen. And when they find a cure for what killed her, she'll be thawed out and made good as new. She'll get to live again.
Forgive me, but it's not supposed to be perfected yet. I mean, no one thinks it works.
Okay, that's what I thought. But we found a place, and they've put millions of dollars into research. They're guaranteeing that they'll be able to bring her back. Which is why I've decided to be frozen with her.
What?
I said, which is why I've decided.
Not what. What did you say? What are you talking about?
What?
You know what? You can't be serious.
I am serious. This happens in 2 days.
What?
What did I say, or what am I talking about?
Kelly!
What? You guys might want to pull up a chair. This has been known to go on for days.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this?
I asked you first.
Because.
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 Because isn't a reason you give for doing something like this. Because is a reason I give you if I was 4 years old and I didn't want you playing in my sandbox anymore.
You don't want me playing in your sandbox anymore.
Don't try to change the subject. Why are you doing this?
Why do you care?
Because.
So now it's a reason.
Because I care about you, okay? Because you're here now, alive and healthy. I don't understand why you would choose to be dead.
I'm not choosing to be dead. I'm choosing to be in love. Shane, I could be old or gone by the time they find a cure. This way, when Julie's brought back, I can be there. And we can pick up right where we left off. Isn't it better to take this kind of chance? Especially for love. Than to just let it die.
That's just the age-old story of a man and a woman trying to preserve their relationship through the miracle of refrigeration.
Just ice, thanks. Well, as strange as it all sounds, I actually find it kind of romantic. But why not wait a few years? You know, live a little more first, and make sure it works.
He doesn't want to take the chance that something else might kill him. A drunk driver, a random bullet, an enormous bale of hay dropping out of the loft of a barn and snapping his neck. That happens.
He can't damage any major organs when he dies, or they might not be able to bring him back. He's planning on injecting himself with something.
He's thought of everything. He put all their things in storage, gave the cryogenics lab control of all his finances.
Scooped out a ton of Purina for the cat. T-bowed the next 5,687 episodes of Yes, Dear.
So, what's the story with him and Shane? They were best friends who tried to...
That's right. Unzippity-doo-dah.
They were very close, which is why we have to be careful about what we say.
No more stooping to the kind of bad jokes you might be tempted to make about two people doing something like this.
You know, their relationship's on ice.
That they froze their assets.
Sex is out, she's frigid, and he's...
Yeah, I get the picture.
And we were just warming up.
And you think he'd really go through with this?
I don't know. He didn't seem like the kind of guy who'd get cold feet.
Cool to the notion.
He'd give his girlfriend the cold shoulder.
Darn, I forgot how much fun it was to stoop.
And you're saying he doesn't even think of it as killing himself. He's just hitting the pause button for a while, kind of freeze-framing his life. What, I don't get to try one? I mean, neither of them sounds crazy, right? I mean, we're not talking about a couple of Frosted Flakes here. It's not about tossing a couple of fruitcakes in the freezer. Two perfectly sane people are choosing to be mom and popsicles, choosing to be frozen stiffs.
That's probably enough.
Okay.
I got it.
We know, and we're hoping you don't give it to us.
Shane asked me to look in the cryogenics lab, which she's with Kelly, and get this. It was secretly bought a year ago by none other than Henry Harrington.
Billionaire Henry Harrington? Media empire disappeared from sight? Why would he buy a place like that?
He shut himself off from the world a year ago, almost exactly when he bought the lab.
You think that's why he disappeared from sight? You think he might be there, frozen?
Maybe I can find out. I ran a con on him a couple of years ago. I spent some time in his house.
Slut. Slut of money. You probably got. That's what I said.
I didn't sleep with him, Jack. I just pretended to work for a disabled veterans charity and robbed him of $500,000.
Sheesh, some people always think the worst.
Okay, fine. So, he's supposed to be holed up at home. If Cassie can find a way to get in there, maybe Dee Dee and I can go to the cryogenics lab. I had plans, but now I don't, so I thought maybe if you'd like the company.
The blood is drained and replaced with a glycerol-based substitute, which won't freeze or clot. We pack each of them into a neuro container, which then goes into these polyethylene tanks. The tanks are then filled with liquid nitrogen.
Maybe on the way home we should stop by the taxidermist. Watch him stuff some rabbits.
If you don't mind, we try to keep the equipment sterilized.
It's not a problem. I love that joke.
It's not to love.
If I may, the liquid nitrogen begins to take effect. And over a course of 2 weeks, their body temperatures drop to minus 196 degrees centigrade and stay there.
Kind of like a thermos, but without the little cup.
It won't fit in your lunchbox.
The windows are there because we like to see faces. These people are still very much alive to us, still very much a part of the world.
I'll be just a tad late on their cable bills.
You are interested in this procedure for your father, correct? Because you're not taking it very seriously.
I'm sorry. That's just how we cope with this sort of thing. We giggle.
Right. She's right. Ever since we were kids, it didn't matter how bad it was.
Uncle Frank lost his toe in that unfortunate gardening hoe incident. What'd we do?
We giggled. Next door neighbor's canary got barbecued in that freakish little butane mishap. Giggle, giggle, giggle.
People who are serious about what we have to offer usually ask how we can bring someone back to life. The answer is, they're not legally dead. As long as they're frozen quickly, everything necessary for life is still intact.
I have a question. When you bring them back, can we see them, or do they just wander the earth eating human flesh?
Get out.
It's getting cold in here?
Get out!
Wake up! Wake up! Ow! Oh, I know him.
And they say they don't take American Express. We can hide in these stinks till they close.
I know. Claustrophobic, and I've never been a big fan of winter. No. Ow! Cramp! Sciatica!
Honey, I'm home.
Doesn't anybody ever knock anymore?
Don't usually allow this on the first date.
Actually, this isn't our first date. Cassie Stanton, charity worker, met March 25th, 1999. Convinced me you were enamored of me before making off with a large amount of my money.
Was that you?
You were scanned the second your grappling hook hit the roof.
My bad. Normally when I visit old friends, I use quieter hooks.
Interesting, you're dropping back into my life almost as abruptly as you dropped out of it.
Well, you're not exactly known for offering women certain things they want.
Certain things?
Certain things, like the C word.
Cash?
Commitment.
Commitment?
Commitment, you know, when you say goodbye to someone and then actually see them again on purpose?
Yeah, I did that once. I left my Palm Pilot on her nightstand.
The kind of comment that puts men a step below women on the evolutionary ladder.
At least we have a good view.
Make that 2 steps.
Committing to someone's a dicey proposition. You have to take all that bad along with the good. Take me, for example. A billionaire with my very own worldwide media empire. Access to just about anything I could even possibly imagine wanting. On the other hand, I live in a bubble.
I knew there was something different about this place.
I'm intrigued. A woman I know for barely a week disappears, and then suddenly, 4 years later, she breaks into my home to what? To steal my silverware? Watch SpongeBob on my big screen TV?
Truth is, I'm planning on buying a giant bubble for myself, and I wanted to know where you got yours.
Nobody on the outside knows about this. We kept everybody out. The media, all but my closest friends and advisors.
But you saw me coming and still let me in.
Wow, can't a guy get lonely? Please. About a year and a half ago, I started getting sick. Started catching things, every kind of thing. Brought specialists in. It turns out my immune system is completely shut down. I have no protection against anything. Eventually, it got to the point where the smallest germ, the smallest infection could actually kill me. So I had this built throughout the top floor. A controlled, sterile environment. Keeps anything out I don't want in. Weather, disease, even bulletproof. And this is where I live.
Live or just put off dying?
I'm well aware of the irony. You're staying alive for this. But in many ways, I'm not that different from anyone else in this modern world. We're all experiencing life from the comfort of our own sofas.
Almost like you're frozen. Why did you hide the fact that you bought a cryogenics lab?
Bad PR. My success relies almost entirely on the perceived soundness of my investments.
But you think it works?
I bought it so I could make it work, so I could use it myself. Can't count on this thing protecting me forever, can I? Why are you here?
Your company is allowing a perfectly healthy man to kill himself so that he can be frozen with his girlfriend.
Outrageous. So you're saying that people will go to strange and incredible lengths just to hold on to something they love?
You sure held on to a lot of things here. What's this? Is it? It is. It's a napkin from that night at the restaurant.
Night at what restaurant?
Oh, you passed out. Splat. Face first into your spaghetti.
I was hungry, all right? It was the quickest way to my mouth.
You popped up. Your whole face is covered with tomato sauce. You brushed by a candle, and your hair caught on fire.
Well, I don't remember all the details.
You jumped out of your chair. You started dancing around the restaurant yelling, "I'm on fire! I'm on fire!"
I was on fire. I was on fire. Have you ever been on fire?
You're kidding me. This is the music from the talent show? We have to do it.
What?
Come on, we have to do it now. Yes.
Come on, it's been years.
We took second place in the whole apartment complex with this, okay? You think of it as a dying man's request.
Well, you do it. I'll watch.
Oh, you're gonna dance with me. Come on.
Day it was. I didn't notice what time it was.
Oh no.
All I know is that I fell in love with you. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday.
That's right.
With each day comes a new way of loving you.
Come on now.
Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wonder. And if all my dreams come true, I'd be spending time with you. I love you more today than yesterday. But not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday. But darling, not as much as tomorrow. Every day's a new way.
Oh, did we used to be white?
Oh, right.
Jack! What happened? Move around. Move around. Please put the valve on and you could froze him to death. Better?
Yeah. I feel.
Let's get into those files. See if we can find something that'll help Shane talk him out of this.
Yeah. Can you imagine finding someone you feel that way about? I mean, someone you'd freeze yourself for? I want to feel like that. I do that for someone. I wonder sometimes if I really believe that I ever will.
You know what I believe? I believe the carousel goes round and round and round, and then it throws us off, and it's up to us to hold on for as long as we possibly can.
Don't you at least hope there's more?
You know, the time I spend hoping is time I could have spent on finding new ways to hold on. Hoping is hardly the road that will lead anyone to a longer life.
Besides, all the hoping in the world doesn't make something true. You don't have any proof.
Sometimes it's just not about proof. It's about faith. I know it'll work, even though there's no real way that I can know.
You either know or you don't. I'm sorry, that's just too big a leap for me to make.
Too big a leap? For you? You're the most incredibly optimistic person I know. How could committing yourself to one person be too big a leap?
It's the part about knowing it's the right person. It's the biggest decision you'll ever make. Am I really going to be able to say to myself, okay, this is the one. This is it.
This is it. This is all there is. You know, being able to say that is liberating. It makes every moment heightened. Every moment becomes more important.
Every moment is spent in a bubble.
Yeah, well, all right, so there is that. But the point is we all have choices. Life is about deciding. These are the best choices for me.
That's what I thought I was deciding, but how can you know what the best choices are? You're my closest friend. That should have been enough. Why wasn't that enough?
It's another leap of faith that you couldn't quite make.
And you find out later there's nothing more important to a relationship than being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's a perfect way to start. It's a perfect foundation. The only hard part is having the courage to take it beyond being friends.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. How else will you know? After all, life is short.
Or long, if you don't find a person you freeze yourself for. Which pretty much brings us back to where we started.
Dee Dee.
Oh my gosh. Jack, there's something wrong here. Every single patient that was frozen at this lab has been referred by the same doctor. And that doctor is Henry Harrington's personal physician. I'm not sure these people needed to die.
We have to call Shane.
You
go ahead. You go ahead. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, you do it. I can't believe this. I'm dialing my phone. Oh my God. Oh my God. We can't stop. This must be a record. Don't talk anymore. Stop. I'll call her now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just say anything. Tenor saxophone. Oh my God. We both said tenor saxophone. We both said tenor saxophone. Oh my God. Are you getting scared? I'm getting scared. Oh my God.
Uh-huh. Chicken and beer. I see what's going on here. Not so easy to freeze a fat guy.
Kelly, that was Dee Dee. I have some not so very good news.
What's wrong?
The thing is, I asked my friends to help. Well, look into the cryogenics place. Okay, don't hate me. I didn't want you to do it, so I had to check it out. They found something. The same doctor who diagnosed Julie also diagnosed every other patient who's been frozen. There's evidence that they weren't all necessarily going to die. I'm sorry. Just do me a favor, okay? Wait here. Wait right here. Don't do anything. Don't go anywhere until I can get more information, okay?
Shane.
Yeah.
You told me that I would meet someone else. And you said when I did, that I shouldn't let go. That's all I was doing. I wasn't letting go.
Okay. Well, now that I know you're still alive, I'd appreciate anything you can do to discourage our friend from freezing himself.
Well, you're leaving?
I'm late for an appointment.
You really are?
I really are.
Oh, what a shame. You know, of all the things I miss, I realize I miss the company of a beautiful woman most of all.
You've got your nose.
Henry Harrington hates harmful hemorrhages. Hence, he hopes his heart is healthy. I have a blood flow problem. Maybe my heart. Well, actually, I have all kinds of problems. My lungs, my spinal column, my pancreas. Can't even have sex anymore. Too many operations. Men who are single quite rightly take issue when their privates are covered in unsightly scar tissue.
Dr. Seuss? If he was a doctor of urology.
And that means no children, no little Henry Juniors to carry on my name. So I suppose that means it's up to me now. Yeah, I suppose I'll just have to live forever.
Well, then I guess we'll have plenty of time to catch up.
No, I wish you'd stay. You see, I don't sleep very well at night. I could really use the company.
I'm sorry. Maybe I could stop by. I'd sleep with you some other time.
Now! Weren't you listening? I asked you to stay. And when I asked someone to stay, they stay.
Over 40 patients referred by the same doctor. I can't believe this.
Dee Dee, I was wondering.
Oh. Hello?
Dee Dee, it's me. I'm going through Dr. McDonald's files. It's bad. It doesn't look like these patients had what they said they had. He manufactured terminal diseases, then talked them into cryogenics.
But why?
I don't know. I can't get Cassidy to answer. I'm going back to the house to tell Kelly. I'll see you there.
That was Shane. We should go.
Freeze!
Talk about a one-track mind.
Kelly? Kelly! Kelly? Kelly! Kelly!
Hope you'll be eternally comfortable in this position. We had to double you up so you'd both fit in the same tank. We hate to waste canisters on people we don't care about preserving. I have a few more things to prepare. Don't go anywhere. That was a joke. I know how you enjoy a good giggle.
What's our plan?
Our plan?
Our plan.
We don't have a plan.
No plan?
No plan.
We're spies. We're supposed to have a plan, a scheme, a secret last-minute way to be the bad guys.
You mean a trap, a twist ending, that kind of plan?
Exactly.
We don't have one of those.
You have one of those?
We don't have one of those.
What's gonna happen?
I'm hoping for an ingenious escape from these ropes, then a comedic yet action-packed martial arts fight in a story-appropriate location.
Oh, they're always good.
Whoa! Jack, I'm sorry. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Not to worry. The pointy little shards of glass broke my fall.
Roll over. Maybe we can use a piece of the glass to cut the ropes. Roll back. There's a piece over there. It's so small.
Sorry. Probably the fear, the whole threaten to kill us thing, not to mention a reaction to the cold. And
I'm talking about the glass.
the glass is too small, right? And that's what I'm talking about, too. You know, even though the words I actually used weren't exactly, you know, the words one would normally use to say something that means, you know, that particular thing.
We have to think of another way to get out of here.
I have an idea.
You do?
I do. Dee Dee, if we manage to escape, I thought maybe you and I... Well, I was wondering if we could go out on a date. I know, I'm Jack. As in, pull the car around, Jack. When we get a day off, Jack. And what's that hanging from your ears? Just kidding. We like to intimidate you with our beauty and make fun of you, Jack. The thing is, I think you're terrific, and I'd really love to take you out to dinner or a movie or somewhere just to talk and see if maybe, well, we could be more than we are now.
It might be better to talk about it after.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Of course. And hey, you didn't say no, right? Which means there's still a chance. Unless, you know, I die. Wouldn't that be the way it always happens?
You two decent?
Well, that's one more tank we'll have to use.
Where's Kelly Sawyer?
As I told your friends, I have a few things to attend to.
If anything has happened to him, if you've touched him, you'll have me to deal with. You hear me? There won't be anything left of you to freeze. We have to get out of here. We have to find him. I told him to wait at our house. I told him to wait.
He probably went after the doctor.
No, I went back there to find out. Next thing I know, I get knocked out and end up here. Kelly, he's like a little kid. He trusts everybody. I don't know what he would do with a lie like this. Kelly. He didn't do this to himself. You killed him. He never did anything to anyone.
It's not what he did, it's what he's going to do. One of the perks of having your own media empire, all the latest technology.
Can we see what else is on? Late night TV is the worst.
Pity about your friend. He came to see my doctor tonight, seemed very upset. Accusing us of all sorts of things. Well, we couldn't have that, could we? Had to put him on ice a little early, I'm afraid.
You sick son of a...
No. We haven't even been introduced yet.
I'm Shane, the woman who's gonna tear your head off.
Actually, Shane, it's more likely I'll be removing parts of you.
What is this place? What's really going on?
We're freezing dead people, as advertised. However, the part about bringing them back to life again, well, can you imagine anybody actually believing that?
You're using them to keep you alive.
What?
His immune system is shot. If he catches something, if a body part goes south, he has his pick of healthy replacements.
You froze these people so you could put parts of them in you?
Freezing's the only way to preserve them. I need refills and replacements on a constant basis. Far too many organs, glands, blood, and whatnot than I could get from any hospital. This way, I get what I need when I need it. And nobody'll ever know.
These people weren't even sick. Your doctor lied to them, told them they were dying.
A simple little ruse.
It's not a ruse. It's a crime. It's murder.
A ruse by any other name. Look, people have got it all wrong, all this business of leaving a legacy. You know, putting your footprints in history's cement. I mean, it's utterly overrated. And you know why? You're not there. You can't enjoy it. You're dead. So, I've decided not to die. Leastwise, not while I can do something about it.
And we're gonna help.
As a matter of fact, you see, my blood is constantly getting infected. I have to replace it almost weekly, and since we're both B negative, I want to suck your blood. Think of it as the opportunity for further intimacy that eluded us. Your blood flowing through my veins.
For a week. Then it's on to someone else.
Well, you know how I am about commitment.
We'll need a few minutes to get things ready.
Well, time's a wasting.
Sorry about Kelly.
Me too.
Sorry, Shane.
Looks like we're next.
Maybe not. Those tanks are filled with liquid nitrogen. Help me get over there. If we could just, yeah, there's a valve. Well, it's amazing what little extra incentive can do.
Oh, little help here. Our ropes came loose.
stop. This is what you do when you live alone in a bubble. You play with yourself.
You can do what you want. I've already told you this place is bulletproof. You're not gonna get in. No. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't.
No chance! No chance! Darn, I think I'm catching Dee Dee's cold. Bless you.
Truth is, there are some people who should live forever. Because just having them here makes the world more fun, makes it a happier place to live. Kelly didn't have a lot of money, but he did have something much more valuable to share. Something that will be remembered by everyone who knew him. It was simply the way he lived. His life wasn't about greatness, it was about goodness.
It wasn't about how long he lived, but how.
He approached every day like it might be his last, and the only mark he worried about leaving was the kindness and humor and joy to be alive he showed everyone who ever met him.
I'll miss him. I'll miss him very much. But he got what he wanted. He's with the woman he loves, waiting for the two of them to be reunited. I guess he just wanted to end his life filled with the hope that when he woke up, everything would be perfect. And really, isn't that pretty much what everyone wants? Thank you, Kelly. I'm so glad I got to know you in this lifetime.
I liked what you said at the service.
Jack, I know this wasn't part of the deal, but I have to take some time off.
It's fine. In fact, you all should. You've earned a vacation. I think you should all get away. And then, come back.
Absolutely.
Come back. I might actually take my vacation right here. I mean, I never really had the chance to get to know this place. The people here.
So, till we see each other again.